Welcome to Family Meeting, the podcast where we get shit done. I'm Andrew.
And I'm dying.
You're dying. Why are you dying?
Because the lady time.
Yeah.
And I'm so tired. Legit, within the last hour, I feel like energy has just been draining from me. It's good.
It's all right. You still have an open house to do today.
Yeah, a movie to see tonight.
But it's all right. So, yeah, we're 2 weeks into being public, by the way. Just a little update on that. Been getting some good feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thanks everyone for listening and watching. We appreciate it. So today we wanted to talk about, speaking of everyone watching and listening, which is a pretty solid segue if you ask me, we wanted to talk about making more time for friends. Does that sound about right? I mean,
making more time, or the fact that we haven't been making time.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking earlier last night, we were supposed to go out and we felt sick, like we just couldn't do it. And I know we couldn't control that, so I don't know if that necessarily counts, but it does remind us that we keep missing
But I think the fact that we couldn't go out last night culminated with the fact that we haven't seen a lot of our friends lately, just made us feel worse that we weren't going out last night.
So I think I feel guilty as if, I or we haven't been making more time. I also feel like we're pretty busy, and maybe it's just a matter of looking at our schedules and really balancing things out. It's not like our schedules are.
We do something Friday nights, Saturday nights, and technically we can do things on Sunday nights. We just have to be mentally prepared for Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just the I don't know if it's lack of planning during the week. It's so hard to find not the time, but when we don't plan something during the week for the weekend, once the weekend rolls around, you know what I mean? It's we can't be hey, let's do something today, because then everyone kind of already has plans, or I think everyone kind of falls into the same, not everyone, but a lot of our friends fall into the same trap that we do, that if we haven't made plans, that's it.
We're not going to go out now. We didn't plan for it.
Yeah, so I think it's the during the week we're kind of busy, or we feel like we're busy, or we're not thinking about the weekend also during the week, so we're not making those plans.
Yeah.
I mean, last week we did have plans. We saw Kayla and Leo because we had them over for dinner, which was good. But I mean, we were talking about this earlier this morning, that we have so many other friends that we haven't seen in a long time. Off the top of my head, I can think of 3 other couples that we haven't seen as couples in a long time, and we need to get better at that. But it's so hard to do that.
I know, because we're constantly trying to do other things. I feel exhausted a lot of the time, so not that I don't want to see people, but I feel like I tend to avoid making plans in favor of.
I'm exhausted.
In favor of being able to relax and do nothing and just hole away.
But it feels so good when we are out. So we did go out on Thursday.
I know, and that was so much fun.
With your work friends, which I think work friends are also different than your other friends, because no matter what, you see your work friends.
Yeah.
5 days a week you see them, even if it's not in a social setting. And it's great that we did go out on Thursday, because it was a lot of fun, and it was fun to see your work friends. But at the same time, you have to make sure you're seeing your friends as well,
because you don't get to see them enough. I that's true. I feel like my friends at work, I see them every day for the most part. So it's I'm good.
Yeah.
But we got to go out, and drinks were it was a whole happy hour open bar thing. So that was cool. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not as hard, but like you said, it was nice to get out.
It was fun. It was nice.
And the 30 to 7-ish.
No, we were there till 7:30.
Home before 8 or by 8.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was the
best.
best.
For a weeknight, that makes sense.
It does. It makes a lot of sense.
I don't know if we have friends that besides work friends that we would be able to do that with specifically.
Yes, that's true.
we definitely have friends that are weekend friends. But yeah, it is nice to go out. It felt really good.
And to be fair, some of our friends do work kind of erratic schedules.
That's true.
Like night shift or something like that, like a shift in the evening. So it is hard to pin some people down, especially when you're going like week to week. You don't know what your schedule's going to look like that week. Not to pawn off some of the responsibility on other people, but it is kind of a two-way street. It is a lot of coordinating that needs to be done.
It totally is. But I feel like in our case, we don't know what they're thinking. You never know what someone else is thinking, but we are having this conversation. So I feel like we need to be the people that step up. And, we have been good about, having people over for dinner and like hosting events at our house, which is good. And it like gets our friends together and stuff. But just like, even like on a casual basis, of.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go see a movie or let's,
Also doing something that we don't have to clean up after.
That's true. Yeah, that's nice as well.
It's the benefit of going to a bar. But you're right. I do often feel pretty bad about it. I'll text some friends sometimes and we just can't sync up. It's for some reason. And maybe it's just I was gonna say maybe it's just a component of getting older. I've heard this on other podcasts, that you start to get to the point and you feel badly about it, but it becomes necessary that you need to start scheduling friends like you're scheduling work appointments or meetings. Like it just has to happen. And as long as everyone kind of accepts.
I know. And like we've talked about with our friends, like having like a standing date of, and if for some reason it just doesn't work out.
I know. Well, sometimes standing dates to me feel a little easy to cancel. That's because true. The next one's always coming.
That's true.
So you're like, well, we can miss this one and the next one will be there. And you start creating a bad habit of it. That's kind of the con of a standing date. The pro being it's consistent. But yeah, I wish I knew how to fix it. But I think you're right. Just being proactive and reaching out to people and actually making an effort to lock them down.
Yeah. Something we have learned through trying to schedule a reading is that we are of the age now that Facebook doesn't work as well.
I guess so. If people are listening to this, I'm sorry that if you missed any of the stuff on Facebook, but yeah.
No, we've reverted. We have to actually call and text people now.
Today, I'm going to text everybody individually, and whoever can do it, let's do it. Whoever can't, let's find a solution to that. So I know. It's fine. Now we have to find the next big thing. Maybe I'll WhatsApp people.
Oh, God.
Instagram video. But yeah, you're right. It doesn't really work as well anymore. Facebook events not really pulling in the people that we once thought.
At least for us, it's not working.
But
because we're going to an event next weekend that is a Facebook event.
That's true. Maybe people just don't like us.
Maybe that's
they're just ignoring our
Maybe
Facebook
our friends
events.
just don't want to hang out with us. That's why we haven't seen anybody. Everyone else is just constantly hanging out behind our backs.
I hope they hear this and feel like shit. And so I think it is. You're right. It's important to mention and bring up that I don't know. Maybe we all need to be a little bit more proactive, even to the point where like I find myself doing this at work, where even though I'm a little pushy on some things, I still get things done. And I just need to, not in an annoying way, but we need to be a little pushier, a little bit more on top of it.
Aggressive.
Follow up.
Yeah, I think.
Follow up is huge.
It is huge.
It's everything. Huge. So.
But no, I agree with that. That, you just gotta be aggressive. Be aggressive. The clap didn't go with anything.
This is going to be the next verse. I don't know what that was. I think they just repeat "be aggressive" again.
They do. Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
It's a boring song. I know, and I think the lesson to impart here really is be on top of it with your friends because people get busy, and follow up with them and make sure that you're actually seeing the people that you want to see, because it's not like. And just to be clear, it's not like we don't want to see our friends.
Right, we do.
We really do. Going back to last week's episode for a second, I think it also is a matter of making smart choices.
Yep. And I was just thinking about that something we've been trying to work on and we weren't that good about it this week is not leaving all of your housework or all of your, quote unquote chores to the weekend, because it's so easy to do that during the week because you're tired, you don't want to do it. But, having to do laundry on a Friday night, kind of gets in the way of like doing something. Although we didn't want to do anything this weekend. This weekend, we both felt like crap.
Yeah. I know you're not feeling too hot today. I'm feeling better than I did yesterday.
God, I feel like worse.
But it's for different reasons, obviously.
Right. But still, so the choice management of like knowing, okay, I'm going to suffer through today of making sure I sweep and mop or clean the, bathrooms or, whatever that is, so that we can have,
Yeah, we're out. Yeah, we kind of messed up. We still have laundry to fold. There's dishes to be done.
Yeah. I think maybe I should try, because I'm technically more in charge of like household stuff. Like having a designated day of the week for things. Kind of like, you know how like parents do like chores and stuff?
I've entertained that idea in the past. It's just hard to really lock down. But, part of, and we're going back to last week's episode a little bit, but it all comes together. Part of that is, making the hard choices and forcing yourself to do the thing that feels torturous during the week. Long term, you're going to have an easier weekend, and then you can see friends. I know that would be nice, and we'll work on that together for sure. I think it's very important. So yeah.
All right. So going back to last week's episode, I'm getting a phone call.
Really, it's not the score to the podcast.
I don't know. Is this royalty free?
Oh, I'm sure it is. It's like the Samsung default ring. We'll just let it keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. So we did talk about the choice management. You were going to try to do like the most hardest thing first in the like scheme of your day. Did you try that at all this week?
I did. I mean, the hardest thing.
I mean, like it also goes to like when you're at work too. Like if you have like a really hard email you have to write, do that first before the easier stuff.
Yeah, that was a little more difficult this week. It was kind of a strange week at work, but in the grand scheme of the day, I did have a successful workout every morning week, even after going out on Thursday night because we were home in a reasonable time. Still woke up and exercised on Friday.
You did.
So all 5 days of the week I did it, which meant that, I mean, aside, we went on like that nice long nature walk yesterday nearby here, which was awesome. I haven't felt an obligation or real guilt about not working out this weekend. I felt pretty okay about it because I did it. And this actually goes back to doing things during the week because I did it all during the week. I was like, I don't need to go to the gym. And you know me, I get real itchy about going to the gym. Excuse me. Quiet.
I guess you had like ice or something melt in the
I guess so,
sink or ghosts.
Oh, we had ghosts. A pan fell. We need to clean up this kitchen a little bit.
Oh my gosh. That's from breakfast this morning. Let's like not like sound like we've had like days on days.
This morning. Wink. No, it was from this morning, but it just fell over. It's okay. Yeah. So it goes back to what we just talked about. I did make the difficult choice this week and packed my Monday.
I literally can't remember my week. That's just how my brain is today. I can't remember.
Got that brain fog.
Yeah, I do have that brain fog. It's really bad.
Do you feel so going off of gut instinct? Do you feel good about your week?
Yes and no. Like I still haven't gotten myself to the gym. That's like my thing that's like eating at me and that I just need to go do. But this sounds so stupid. Like, and I think I've mentioned this before. Like I used to have personal training and I don't have personal training anymore. I did have like 2 sessions that they were supposed to take away from me when I canceled and they didn't. And my personal trainer was like getting on me for it. He's like, you still have two sessions, like getting like all of his texts that he sends to like all of his clients, And it just makes me feel so uncomfortable for some reason. Like seeing him at the gym makes me feel really uncomfortable. Like he's a great guy, like great trainer, but like I don't want to do his workouts and I don't want to feel pressured to do his workouts. And every time I see him, it's the, where's your book? Like, what were you working on today? Like, I don't want to have that conversation with you. I just want to get in, go to the gym, like do my own thing. And because I had those 2 sessions, I felt like he was like lording over me, But now that I don't have those sessions, like they got erased finally. I feel like I can go to the gym, and if he says anything, I can just be like, yeah, don't have any sessions, don't talk to me anymore. Like, thanks, bye. Like,
yeah, I think he means well.
Oh, he totally means well.
But, so I don't, like, because what I'm about to say sounds like you're going to, like, try and stop someone who's harassing you. But I think, it's just a matter of, like, standing up for yourself in a way, just being like, look, I understand, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I think having those 2 sessions taken away helps now.
Oh,
because
yeah.
like, I'm under no obligation.
I get it. He totally means well. He wants me to do well in my fitness. And I know he also wants the like pay bump or whatever they get for the training of it. Like, I know it's like you get paid hourly, and then for every training session you do, you get X amount, over. At least that's what I'm assuming.
I would honestly say they only get paid for the training sessions, but maybe, who knows?
I don't know, because I feel like I don't think places can do that in California.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know.
It's probably minimum wage plus whatever. So,
right, that's what I was saying. So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to go to the gym now. But long story short, I did not go to the gym this week. I did have other stuff that I got done, had, some open houses, and had, got some work done, and got some like submitting and other things like that I did. But I also wasn't feeling great this week. Like little random stuff. Although I challenged ourselves to post 3 pictures on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
But like 3 pictures like per account.
Oops.
Yeah. So I did post 3 pictures, but to 3 separate accounts.
Yeah. I mean, look, at least we made an effort.
We did make an effort. We did way better than we had in a long time. But I think the lesson that I learned is posting to social media is difficult.
It is. You don't want to do anything that...
Well, you don't want to do anything that...
Go on. Well, yeah, I think it is difficult because for me, like, I don't want to do anything that doesn't feel like that isn't substantial. Kind of like this podcast. We don't want to have an episode where we talk about something just to talk about.
Right.
And so that's how I kind of feel about my Instagram account. And even my Twitter. I don't post that much. I only post when I have like a good little nugget of funny or something or some insight that I want to give to the world. So, so that's just my thing. And so it's hard when, I did have 2 posts this week and I wasn't going to force anything, but I just wanted to make sure that they felt organic, and they did. They did. So I am proud of what I did, even if I didn't meet the challenge specifically. I do feel bad because I didn't post to the puppies' Instagram. I need to get better about that.
Yeah. So I did post to the puppies' Instagram, but I did one of those like swipe things. So I did like 4 pictures, like 3 or 4 pictures, but like it was from the same day. So like
it was like a carousel. Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to post. So I am still challenging this week, but I'm gonna say 1 post per account this week, plus advertising the podcast, which we did not do last week.
Oh yeah. Oops. Let's advertise that baby. But also our listeners and viewers should be advertising it. Why don't you go share it, pimp it out?
Yeah, so here's the thing. So let's do this. If you're listening to this podcast, as you're listening right now at minute 18 and something or 19, I don't even know where we're at. Take a screenshot and post it to your Instagram and tag Jessie L. Norman and A_M_Dodson.
Yeah.
And we will comment and love you forever.
Yeah, so you're not going to get anything out of it other than the satisfaction of knowing that you helped us out.
No, we'll like it and we'll comment it. We'll take a screenshot of your
screenshot. I think it's good. I think that's really, please do, people, because we can't do it alone and we can't do it without you.
Yeah. So we're gonna do our own posts, one per account.
Mm-hmm.
You're in charge of the dogs this week.
Yeah.
And then we will actually support this episode.
Yeah, that's true. And we really need to. And I think it's important every episode that us and our fans pimp it out.
Yeah, what?
I'm excited to be in charge of the dog's Instagram. We're going to do something dangerous.
Kids.
Get it all on the gram.
We did do something fun this weekend, though.
Yes. What did we do?
Okay, so when we went on the walk, we called it a hike, but it was really a walk.
It was level ground.
Yeah, except for that one little dip.
That's true.
With the dogs at the Sepulveda Basin.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was this cute little like club that was going on, and it was like an agility competition.
So yeah, this weekend they had a little tournament. Yeah,
it was so cute. So they had like the seesaws, and then like the ziggy zag things, and the jumps and the hoops and whatever. And Andrew decided that he wants to sign Cadet up.
I do. I think I was talking to you about this, and I don't get to, because I'm, like I said before, tired a lot of the time. I don't want to do too much extra stuff on the weekend. But when I am really excited about it, and I know that I'm excited about it, I think it's worth exploring. So I think it's important for Cadet to have a recreational activity. It's important for us to kind of have something that we can do with him. And yeah, I just thought, like, I don't know, it just stood out to me. I think he'd be really good at it. Mm-hmm. And if we can train him well, I think he'd be really good at it. And they have classes and whatnot. I would pimp them out right now, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head. So
well, it's okay.
Bad.
We'll
I'm sure
let you know once he gets started in his classes and stuff. But I also want to mention that like all of the dogs that were there were like border collies and like whippets and like athletic dogs. Cadet is a little like 9-pound Yorkshire Terrier.
That makes it even cuter. He's such an underdog. Can you imagine? It's gonna be like one of those movies where like he can't do it. It's gonna be like Babe. You can't have a sheep pig. He'll show them.
Okay, sure.
He's gonna be the Babe of that agility course group or whatever, and he's gonna kill it. He has the energy of like a pit bull or something.
Don't really have that much energy.
He just has a lot of energy, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, of a puppy. He has the energy of a puppy, but he's almost 4.
Yeah. It seems limitless. So hopefully we can hone it in. I'm excited. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me about that. That was fun.
So that's fun. We'll keep you updated on that. So do you have anything this week that we need to discuss?
I think concerted effort, and kind of like how you challenged to post to social media more. I don't know what this looks like, but I think we need to make a concerted effort to reach out for friends. I know we're seeing friends next weekend anyway, but they reached out to us, which means they're better friends than we are. So but honestly, I think we need to somehow reach out to people and make some kind of plan. And it doesn't have to be a couple's plan necessarily. I think if it ends up being just like, Kevin wants to hang out for a little bit or whatever, or something, or like you find someone, like whatever, any kind of plans. Let's just kind of get out of our comfort zone. The other thing is, let's really, really, really try and make the difficult choice of doing the chores during the week. I would almost say that's more important than anything else, because we need to start really freeing up.
Because we already have something to do next weekend.
So I actually like that more. Let's really focus. Let's make every difficult choice to get laundry, cleaning, all that shit done during the week.
Grocery shopping.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Because, it frees up the mental space during the weekend that we otherwise kind of find ourselves.
Yeah.
Getting stressed.
And then there's things that like we want to talk about like during the weekend, like, I kind of wanted to go over some budget stuff, and I kind of, we are talking about purchasing a second car, and it not having to do the stuff like folding the laundry and like putting that away, like opens up more time to actually be able to have like the conversations that we need to have about some stuff.
Because they're long, big conversations.
Yeah. But like we're going to sit in front of a computer and look at, different options. You want to do your research on cars and everything. So
it's not a passive activity. So that's true. We need to make room for that.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. I think this week let's make the difficult choices. That's going to be our motto.
Okay.
I like it. But yeah, and so I don't know. What do you think? Do you have anything this week that you want to focus on? I think if I repeat personally myself, everything else I did last week,
I want to go to the gym 3 times.
3x.
3x. I start like a fitness class thing on the 15th of April that I'm so excited about, but I don't want to go in not having gone to the gym in like 2 months.
Got 3 weeks to ramp up to it.
Yeah.
All right. I always feel bad, side note on this, when like I want to keep you accountable, but I always feel bad being like, did you go to the gym today? Because I don't want you to feel bad for not. You know?
So if I'm not going to the gym at all, I feel like I should feel bad for not going to the gym at all. But if it's like I've gone to the gym,
that's true,
a couple times.
Well, and I know your goal now. Tell me we're at the gym. So it's not like I know. Let me rephrase that. I don't want you to get mad at me. I don't care about you feeling bad. I just don't want you to yell at me.
Okay. So here we go. So I promise not to get too mad at you.
Too mad? All right, I'll take it. Fine.
When you asked if I've gone to the gym today.
All right, fine. Done. I will ask.
Everyone's heard it. So if I get mad at you, you can bring it up.
Yeah. You know what, guys? All right, great. So that's like your main goal this week.
Yeah.
Because everything else we've been doing has been pretty solid. All right. Nothing else?
I want to survive this week.
I know. I'm sorry.
I just want to go take a nap. And I can't.
You can't. What time is it? You
11:30.
can't. All right. Well, in that case, let me see your pen. Or do you want to do it this week?
No, I don't want to do it.
You don't want to do anything. All right. Meeting adjourned. And get shit done, everyone.